friends. Since I keep forgetting to review Monster Hunter Rise, I'm just gonna start with that before I talk about the movie. It's great. It's really fun. I haven't finished the story or bought the DLC yet, but it's still really fun. And now let's talk about the movie. As per usual with this franchise, the monster designs are really cool, and the CGI is really impressive in this movie. The costume designs and the score are really great. Those are some of the biggest highlights in this entire film. The climax was really cool and well done. Sadly, this is where my positives come to an end. The main character of this movie is really boring and uninteresting. I could not name a single personality trait of hers if I tried. The majority of this movie just takes place in a boring, barren desert, and it isn't until like an hour in until we actually get to see more lush and vibrant environments. The Monster Hunter games usually have plenty of variety in these environments and landscapes, and they're very colorful and pretty too. But this entire film, up until its third act, just uses this really boring desert theme. All of this movie is just desert. The plot sucks. It's about these soldiers that somehow get transported to another world in a storm. Spoilers for this movie that I don't care about, but there's no real conclusion. They don't get back into the real world somehow. The characters are back in the storm again, yeah, but then the movie just ends on this random shot of Rathalos roaring. This movie doesn't even try to imply that the main characters got back into the real world. Are the characters just now stuck in this random new world? Can't they at least show the new characters somehow surviving in the new world? Can this story do anything right? It feels like this story was just written in an hour. At least some other bad movies like Scoob managed to end their story. This story is atrocious. It makes no sense. It's not even too far off from Teen Beach Movie. The fight scenes against the monsters can be pretty cool, but it's also hard to get invested because of the choppy editing. The editing isn't an eyesore like in Mulan 2020, but it's still not very good in this movie. It's just so difficult getting invested in a movie's fight scenes when it just zips between different shots on a constant basis. Again, the editing does not make this movie an eyesore like Mulan 2020, but it's still not good. I'm sure the editor of this movie did the best that they could, but it feels like the director just rushed them so that they could put this movie out in theaters as soon as humanly possible. This is especially evident in the second half of the movie. The editing was just really choppy in some scenes, and it feels like the writers just gave up on this movie halfway through. This movie sucks. It is a huge disappointment. I really wanted to like this movie. Truly, I wanted to love it. But I just could not help but see this movie as just a boring mess. With uninteresting characters, somewhat choppy editing, and just a story that reeks of being rushed in development. There are a few good qualities to this movie, but I really do not want to watch it ever again. I really wanted to like this movie, and I gave it a try, but at the end, it doesn't even matter. If you want to see a good video game adaptation, just watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, or Mortal Kombat, or the Mario movie. 3 out of 10, Rathalos look really cool, I guess. I'll see y'all later. I hope you liked this video. Live action Palico! Oh my god! I tried so hard.